All right, everyone, welcome back. I'm so excited you're here. I hope you'll take a minute to congratulate yourself for making it through these first 3 steps. I'm proud of you for doing the work. I'm proud of you for listening. I'm proud of you for showing up. So keep showing up for you. I would love to hear in the community, are you seeing any changes? Is anything moving through for you? Do you feel like things are shifting for you yet? I would love for you to put some comments in the Facebook community and let me know how you're doing. Let me know what's up because I want to hear. If there's anything I can help you with, of course, all you got to do is tag me in your post in our community. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to connect with you and do whatever I need to do to help you along your healing journey. So let's get into the next one. So healing step number 4. Healing step number 4 is releasing judgments of yourself. So I want you to think about in this one, this work is inner work. This is not outside work, but how we reflect ourselves or how we show up in our outside world is a good indication of what we need to work on inside. And what I mean by that is, especially in this self-judgment, this is a really good place to take note and be really self-aware, because the things that we say about people, the judgments that we make about how we think people should be living their lives or what they should be doing, it is an indication on how we judge ourselves. And it's a really good indicator because those things that we are saying about other people are things that we are saying about ourselves. So I want you to think about that in this world of judgment. We're all really quick. The ego, the inner critic, which you're going to hear me talk about more in the next step, they're really quick to judge. Our inner child, our inner ego, whatever you want to call it, is super quick to judge. It's super quick to look at other people and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe they would do that. But what we're really doing is saying that about ourselves. I can't believe you would do that. I can't believe, because it's the same dialogue. It's what's going on inside of our head. So this is one that takes some real dedication to work on. And like I said, we're going to talk about our inner critic or our ego in the next healing step, because that is step number 5. But I wanted you to be aware of judgments, because we all at sometimes have felt like we were judged by other people. But really what it comes down to is we need to be more concerned about how we judge ourselves, because the more that we work on that, the less that we will be worried about what's going on in our outside world, the less we'll be worried about what other people are doing, and the more concerned we'll be about what's going on in our world and our lives, and how we need to show up differently. Releasing this need to judge. And I want you to really, think about it for a minute. How do you judge yourself? Just take a step back for a minute. How do you judge yourself? I know for me, I judged myself for a lot of years on how much I accomplished, how much I got done in a day, how I felt that I showed up to the world. And if I had a really bad day, then I judged myself really harshly. If I had a really good day, I still judged myself pretty harshly, never really giving myself credit for having a good day, but I did it a little less, not much. But I was still, this inner voice inside my head was still telling me that I'm not good enough, that I'm not good enough, that I'm never going to be enough, that I never can show up enough. All these little things that we tell ourselves. So really want you to pay attention to what you are telling yourself. This really rolls on into this whole healing number 5 as well. But this is a good place to start. And make a promise to yourself to stop judging yourself so harshly. If you remember, we're going to assume that we're doing the very best that we can do. That releases this need to judge ourselves. But it is a habit. It is a pattern for a whole lot of people. And we get into this groove of it's just how we are, or so we think. It's not how we are. It is a learned behavior that we have allowed ourselves to get into. And it makes us feel super shitty. If you go around, telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you're never going to be enough, that you can't do that well enough, all these things that we do to judge ourselves, it feels super shitty. It's horrible. You don't want to be in that place. And building yourself up is part of this process. I want you to learn to build yourself up, not tear yourself down. Being our own best friend. That's what we've talked about. We've talked about a lot of different things up to this point, but this releasing this need to judge. And you can notice this awareness comes by being aware about what you're saying about others around you. I know I've been on the other side of it as well, and I have felt judged by other people, especially in this woo-woo land that I now live in. A lot of people don't agree with it, or they see it way differently than I do. And to me, this is my world. This is where I thrive. This is where, and I'm okay with that. And I've even gotten to the point where I'm okay with understanding that they have their opinion and I have mine, and their opinion doesn't really matter. You know, we're not all on the same journey together. We're not all in this together on the same path. We all have our own path to take. And for me, this is mine. And you need to find yours too. I have a saying that I live by. What other people say about me is really none of my business. And the reason that I say that is to remind myself that I need to not worry about that. What I need to worry about is what I'm doing, how I'm showing up. You know, am I on this growth path? Am I doing the very best that I can do? Which, yes, I'm assuming that I am each and every day. Am I showing up where I say I'm going to show up? Am I doing what I need to be doing to move forward? If those answers are yes, then no one else's opinion matters. I also have another saying that I use with other people who judge me. I don't take criticism from people who I would not go to ask for advice. And the reason that I say that is if you're not willing or you don't trust them enough to get their advice, why would you accept their criticism? I think a lot of times we think, oh my gosh, these people, and they're saying all, you know, we get all wrapped up in this about what we think people might be perceiving about us. And it doesn't matter. What matters is how you perceive yourself, how you are showing up, what you are doing for yourself. That's all that matters. Nothing else matters. Release that need to care. And I know that's hard sometimes. We worry a lot about what, you know, we spend a lot of time. I know I was raised in the what will the neighbors think. I heard that every day, I swear. And now I'm to the point like, who gives a I just don't care anymore, because it's not, their opinion of me does not matter. If I don't take criticism from them, or if I'm not going to go to them for advice, why would I take their criticism? So I want you to think about that today. I want you to think about this whole judgment thing. You know, where do you judge yourself? Are there a lot of different areas? Are there just a few areas? Where do you judge other people? Especially people that are close to you in your circle. You know, and you hear yourself, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're doing, you know, whatever it is they're doing. Their lives are none of your business either. Stay in your own lane. Learn to bring this all inside and go, what can I do to release this need? It's that ego part of us that feeds on this whole judgment thing. And that ego part of us, which is what we're going to talk about here in just a minute in the next video, is the part that we want to let go. That is our human side. That is not our spiritual side. That ego part of us is important. She does a lot of, he or she, however you want to call it, does a lot of amazing things for us. But this part of judgment and criticism is not needed, and it's not part of who you want to be, or at least in my opinion, who I want to be. That's the part of me that I want to let go. It's the part of me that I want to release. It's the part of me that I want to heal. This is the human side, the growth side of us that we're working through. So think about that as you're thinking about judgments today, as you're thinking about, and really take some time to journal your thoughts. Set in meditation if that helps you. Journal some thoughts on how you have judged yourself and others harshly. And what are some ways that you can take a step back and get out of that habit, get out of that need that our mind has to get caught up in all of this drama and judgment and BS, because that's what it is. So I hope that helped you today. I'll see you in the next healing video, and I'll talk to you soon.